There we go. I see some audio now. Nothing creepier than a face lurking on the edge of a screen. Excellent. Yes, that's what I'm doing. So, I think we're good to go. I think I've got some audio. We've got some video. I'm Aaron Z. Lee, aka Pens and Pedals on Instagram. There's a little self-portrait of me I did a couple weeks ago. My dog Tootsie, she's hanging out there. I'm a cartoonist, art educator, graphic designer, illustrator, all of the above. I've worked on some original stuff like Pritz's Pizza, which is available through the comic shop web store. And I've worked on, my current thing is Wesley the Robot. I'm putting that out on my Pens and Pedals Etsy store. That's issues 1 and 2, I think, are also available at the Oswego Comic Shop. So I'm working on those, and I'm just going to like shamelessly have those on the edge of the screen there the whole time. Got some cool stickers made up of my Wesley the Robot character with my website on it. I'll just leave that up there too. All right. So today we're going to start off inking this drawing of RoboCop that I did a couple weeks ago. The pencils, and I've kind of been holding off on inking it because I really like the pencils, but I got a good scan of it, so even if I mess this up, it'll be okay. Alright, so I'm using this Liquitex Carbon Black acrylic ink. I think I got this at Walmart or some other place. It's acrylic ink, so it's not water soluble, so I can do a wash or markers or whatever over the top of it, and it should be a-okay. Alright. Here we go. Let's see. Start from the left. So that way I won't smear it with my hand here. Oh, also, if you have any questions, you can just put those up in the chat, and I'll do my best to look up every now and again and get an answer to you. I'll come back. There we go. Evan says Dorito. Excellent. Good choice. We got some people in like little icons from iBad. Why you mad? Some little icons of people watching, which is nice. I'm using my Deleter 102 nib for this one because I got a lot of fine detail in this. Just begging to be inked with the 102. Thank you, Alex. Always need more viewers on the Oswego Comic Shop channel. But a very productive stream last week too. Inked Juggernaut and Sailor Moon. They both came out pretty good. I'm just playing Football MM. I'm playing Moby's new record. It came out a couple weeks ago. It's good, like, background music. There we go. That gun's looking pretty good. It's kind of like the more people that dislike Moby, the stronger I'm like, yeah, I'm a Moby fan. Just like Nicolas Cage or Rob Liefeld. Oh, hello, Randy. How are you? Thanks for popping into one of these. It's good to hear. It's okay. We all don't have to like the same stuff. Yeah, Moby did get some questionable tattoos recently. But you know what? He can do what he wants. Not something I would do. Christopher Walken with no feet. New Moby video idea. So Alex is saying Rob could probably draw Christopher Walken with no feet though. New Moby video idea. So like the Weapon of Choice Fatboy Slim video with Christopher Walken, where he's dancing on the walls. And the ceiling? I don't remember if we went up to the ceiling too. There we go. A horror movie about Christopher Walken with no feet, scored by Moby. That'd be interesting. Alex is all about the Christopher Walken Footless horror movie. Is it a Footloose sequel? So Evan is saying that Moby is also a cartoonist, a store he worked at a record store as a kid. The store owner wanted each employee to personalize every receipt with a drawing. He created a character called the Little Idiot that he uses for a variety of projects. Just a simple cartoon figure. Yeah, I think he used that for the cover of Wait For Me, his album from, like, I don't know, 2008, something like that, 2007. His new record sounds a lot like his old stuff. Kind of like a lot more of the atmospheric instrumental stuff from like Everything Is Wrong, kind of. The video for the song that's playing in the background now, I don't know if you can hear it, is pretty interesting. It has some interesting hand-drawn animation. Like a skull guy looking around and some like apocalyptic footage. Evan says, I'd buy that for $1. That's the guy I should have drawn. It's not too late. The soundtrack for the RoboCop movie is amazing too. Off? He doesn't like it? Is tracing more challenging than it looks? This isn't. I mean, I feel like that's a loaded question, like a Chasing Amy thing. Although I've never watched that thing all the way through. I need to watch it. But I'll play along. The process of inking is kind of like pushing and pulling the details back and forward into the work and like correcting some things in the drawing and adding a lot of texture. Kind of like finalizing the artwork. I'd say that inking is probably a more painstaking process because after that it's done. Whereas in pencils you can still erase and work back into it. Let's see, another brush. There we go. Was using my super old craggy brush. I don't even remember where this thing came from, but I've had it so long it broke and I masking taped it back together. Never cleaned this one. So it's nice and craggy all the time. Good texture. What choices need to be made? What lines to keep? What lines to get rid of? Line thickness. Whether you're going to fill an area all the way in with black or leave some stuff for highlights. Todd McFarlane, and I'm sure other people say this too, but when in doubt, black it out. Was Randy talking about the brush that you never clean, so it leaves it nice and craggy. Lots of good texture. Love the look of those textured lines. Sean Phillips is my favorite illustrator. He has a lot of really nice textured lines throughout his work. Although sometimes, like if he's working digitally, sometimes it's very clean too. But he works digitally to do layouts, and then he'll ink on blue line. He'll print out his layouts and ink on blue line, which is pretty cool. Something I haven't done because that's a little bit more cost prohibitive. Because I got to print those blue line papers. Where it's just drawn on top of pencils, or inking on top of pencils doesn't cost anything really, except for the paper. Putting Sean Phillips Criminal on the website as we speak. That is an excellent selection. Is it volume 1? Is it I can't remember, the one with the thieves? The main character is Leo. That one is excellent. Although all of them are really good. Coward, yeah. That's the one that converted me to an ultra fan. I always liked Sean Phillips' work, even when he was doing like fill-ins with Joe Casey on, I think it was Uncanny X-Men. I think that's where I first ran across Sean Phillips. But that book was awesome. And everything else they did after that is also excellent. I thought Fatale got a little weak towards the end, but it was still pretty good. Killer Be Killed was awesome. The Fade Out was excellent. The Fade Out might be the book they do the highest production value. I think they had a research assistant for backgrounds and stuff on that book, which is pretty cool. In a crossover, who would win, RoboCop or Wesley? Probably RoboCop, because he's actually programmed to fight. Wesley originally was an emergency alert system, and he's not really, he doesn't have any fighting training. He just lets people when storms are coming, and he wants to be a DJ. But he does get into some fights. He's not much of a fighter, but by virtue of him being a robot, he does okay. But I don't think RoboCop would have any reason to fight Wesley. He's a law-abiding robot. Picked up this dagger brush from the Syracuse art store. Just a dagger brush because the end of it's shaped like a dagger. Any type of fine point brush would work. They would both lose to Atomic Robo. Football MM says. That's a book I've been aware of for a long time, but I have not purchased it. I assume because Atomic Robo is nuclear, or like atomic powered, like nuclear powered. Randy says those are fighting words. It's weird in the movies, RoboCop's toughness is variable depending on the movie, or his fighting ability. Robo is some kind of wacky Tesla super science. Is Atomic Robo kind of like a Hellboy type thing, where like he was a member of like a VPRD like situation? It's always what it looked like when I flipped through it. Offset Left says, yes, very similar. It's a good premise for an adventure book. Edge of the world weirdness. I haven't done any like super team books or secret sciencey stories. Wesley could go there at some point. He's much more low-key. I was trying to be inspired by like Daniel Klaus when I'm doing stuff, even though my stuff is nothing like his. Timeline starts in 1920 and goes until... Creator set it up so you can pick up any volume for the most part and jump in for Atomic Robo. Starts at 1920. Sounds like something I should at least investigate a little bit, considering I have a robot character. Gotta know what else is out there. I do have some plans for like some Hellboyish stuff to happen in Wesley, but I'll leave it as that, at that, without spoiling too much. Great name for a book, Atomic Weirdo. It's got to have been done already. But if not, maybe that'll be my weird science analog. To Google that quick.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Oh, my phone actually listened to me. Usually it doesn't do anything correctly. I don't think I got any ink on my sleeve. But if I did, it wouldn't be the first time. It's all good. That's why I have so many black clothes. Alex says, life of an artist covered in ink, graphite paint. Correct. The only way to avoid that is to work digital. And even then, I'm still working to kind of recreate some of that traditional mess. Assistant with a Tide pen. Well, I'm steps away from my washer and dryer, so if any crisis happens, I can manage it. What nib would I suggest for a Tide pen? Whatever comes with it. Tootsie's barking at the television right now. We could is that a dog or a much better Moby song? Oh, this Moby hate stuff isn't that bad. I think it's just popular hate on him. Maybe we could arrange a Tootsie cameo. What time are we at? We're already at 35. Wow. Can we see Tootsie ink something? She would probably run around and get ink all over our house, so forecast unlikely. Kind of the battle ravaged RoboCop going on here. Alex, is that a dabbing cat? Is that what's happening here? A dabbing panda. Excuse me, my mistake. all of the dabbing icons. Back before all this COVID-19 stuff went down, with my good groups of kids, I would annoy them by dabbing, because it's not only is it annoying, but it's like not cool anymore. So it's very cringy, as they would say, but very funny. RoboCop should be dabbing. Yes, he should be. I'd buy that for $1, guy. He's looking pretty good on screen. Looking at stuff in real life, and you look at it on a smaller screen, and you see it'll translate fairly well. This ink dries pretty quick. Time 41. Time flies when you're inking RoboCop. I have a really nice print of a RoboCop movie poster that Alexis Zarit of Space Riders did to the right in my studio here. I'm pretty sure that RoboCop is my favorite movie. The original or a specific one? Yeah, the original. The sequel's not as bad as people say, though. The first sequel with Peter Weller. If it's not Peter Weller, it's not RoboCop. Yeah, I don't know why I saw the remake. I don't know. was hoping it would be good, but it was not. I was hoping it would be good. The third one, fighting ninjas and a machine gun arm and a jetpack, is just, that's too much. I mean, it sounds like it would be good when I said it out loud there, but they did not do it well. I bought a bunch of the RoboCop comics because they were like 6 cents a piece somewhere. Some of the 90s at its peak. Some of the RoboCop comics from Dark Horse as well as the Marvel ones. I haven't flipped through them yet because I've been working on so much stuff. All right. There we go. I didn't ruin the face. Success. Tootsie just got down here. What's up, Tootsie? You guys might get your wish of a Tootsie cameo. She's still around when I'm done with this one segment. Where'd you go, Tootsie? Oh, there she is. She's sniffing around the base here. So just sign this quick. She just jumped up on her futon. There we go. Tootsie, come on over here. Tootsie! Tootsie! She's just staring at me from the futon. Get a little bit more of a wide shot here. Hey, buddy. Ugh. Ugh. There's the Tootsie. Got a paw in there at least. What's she doing over here? She does not understand the situation. Let's see if we can turn this a little bit. There we go, we got more Tootsie on screen now. You'll have to have we'll have to set up an alternate camera for a Tootsie cam. Oh, she's sleepy right now. See if I can just hold her up like Simba a little bit here. She probably ate it. There she is. Alright, I'll let her be now. Alright. So, we've got like 12 minutes left. We could color some Juggernaut. a pretty good RoboCop. Came up pretty good. Oh, this ink is all dry. And a RoboCop. Let's see, bust out some Copic knockoffs. I got these for a steal. They were like still a little bit over $100, maybe a little less than $100, but they were a lot more. They were the Premier by Nicole sketch markers. They're alcohol markers, much like Copic, but a lot less expensive. Oh, I guess that ink did. That black ink did smear, even though it was acrylic. That's no fun. Lies. It's all lies. Maybe the alcohol in the markers is breaking down the acrylic ink. Next up on the website is Atomic Robo. It's what we call synergy. I could do a test. I've got some watercolor markers. You can see if those break down the black ink as well. Let's see where I set those down. There they are. That's how you do drop your markers. Only 2 fell out of the package though, so not too bad. One of these days I gotta break out my Dr. P.H. Martin ink sets, which is what illustrators used to use back in the day. Yeah, I wonder if the alcohol breaks down that ink somehow, because I don't see any smudging with the watercolor markers. Interesting. And some vibrant helmet color there. It's like the colors on X-Force #1, which were skewed somehow. They were using the wrong color system. They were set up for one color system, and then they used a different color system, and everything looked fluorescent. But kind of a cool look. I gotta say, so far I'm a fan of these watercolor markers. Haven't used them a ton yet. Disappointment that Atomic Rebel wasn't listed on the website. I don't see it. Is this a panda throwing a chocolate bar? Is that what's going on there, Alex? Small angry girl flipping a table over the lack of an Atomic Robo listing. Understood. Let's see, let's switch back over to the knockoff Copics. And then is it a dog with money? Offset left. Oh, it's so weird. Must be the alcohol markers make the ink run. Weird. Oh, the dog is selling out. Very good. Another test. Another set of these markers here. I have some legit Copics. skin tone pack. Let's see what that can do. Is that still... Yeah, it still breaks down even with the real Copics. Interesting. Interesting. I have a few markers, yeah. Life of an artist slash art teacher. A lot of tools, a lot of supplies. And then every birthday or Christmas, people aren't sure what to get you. They get you more supplies. Not a bad thing. No Mr. Sketch. At least not for a long time. Those are the smelly ones, right? I have to come in over the top of this with some watercolor. Trying to fix this with some gouache. Interesting. These don't. This doesn't smudge the red. Interesting. Or the ink line. This might be my fixer marker. Yeah, there we go. Now we're fixing stuff. Yeah, today was this marker's day to shine. Without this, I don't know how this would have turned out. An A-B or a chart pack marker. That was pretty good. I might have to look into getting some more of those because they don't smudge with the acrylic ink. Nice. I got some Crayola knockoff Markers too. Let's see what those do. Do they smudge on the black? Not seeing it. Yeah, I guess they do. All kinds of skin tones in this juggernaut. That's alright. Just makes it better. And Sharp Pack to the rescue. Nice, that's translating pretty well. Wonder if I should be annoying and actually use gold on the gold belt buckle. Ah, it didn't show up that well. Oh well. Some of this marigold. It's looking pretty good. All right, that's pretty good. 12 minutes over here. I'll consider a background after this, but the Juggernaut looks pretty good. Yeah, those chart pack markers with the save there. Nice work, chart pack. So we've got stuff for today. We've got the Juggernaut colored in, the RoboCop inked. Maybe next week we'll color in the RoboCop, or I'll have some other stuff going on, maybe. But yeah, thanks, Alex. I'm definitely going for those sharp inks with that Deleter 102 nib. They came out nice. You never know what's going to happen. You just got to jump in there and try to fix it as it's going on. But once again, I'm Aaron Z. Lee. Thanks for dropping by this artwork stream. If you're interested in my work, you can check out more of my stuff at pensandpedals.com, which is listed here at the top of this website, or at the top of the Was It the Robot book. I also have Preetza's Pizza book, which is out. You can get that through my Pens and Pedals Etsy or the Oswego comic shop. I think the Was It the Robot stuff will probably be listed there shortly. Thanks again. Hopefully catch you next week, same time. All right.